In this video, we're talking about scams, specifically rent-to-own scams. Rent-to-own real estate, like many things in the real world, there are good ones and there are bad ones. The good ones delivering on the promises and claims that they make, and the bad ones doing nothing but the opposite. The goal in covering this topic is not to point fingers and to not discourage or encourage you, but rather to bring your awareness level up so that you can stay on the safe side. First, let's equip you with some questions that you can use to determine if what you are hearing or seeing is good or bad for you. If at any time you don't understand any of the following questions, stop and review one of our other videos on topics like what is a rent-to-own program and is rent-to-own right for you? Or why do rent-to-own and is it a good idea to do rent-to-own? Those topics will hopefully educate you and help you understand the subject a lot better. Possibly the biggest reason why people get scammed, and this could apply to many things in life, is because they lack sufficient information and the scammer uses that against them. I'm a firm believer self-education is going to be your biggest ally. RTO Financial has several posts and videos to not only educate you on rent-to-own, but also to help you make a better, well-informed decision if rent-to-own is an opportunity you could benefit from and enjoy. The rent-to-own program with RTO Financial has two goals, and it's these two goals that make the program stand out amongst all others. The first goal of RTO Financial is to fast-track renters into homeowners, and the second goal of RTO Financial is to succeed in order to stay in business. How do we do this? Simple. Our goals are on the same pathway as our rent-to-own program participants. RTO Financial doesn't have side goals or a hidden agenda. Our goals line up and partner with our program participants. You see, RTO Financial could, in theory, accept anyone and everyone into the rent-to-own program, but we don't. Why is that? Because that could equal failure and lead us to not achieving our second goal. RTO Financial accepts into the program only the most committed and most likely to succeed in the rent-to-own program. Failure is not an option. Very much the same way an employer selects the best person for the job, RTO Financial selects the best candidate for the program. If the passion isn't there, if the dream isn't happening, then RTO Financial will put resources and efforts elsewhere. So on to the questions you can ask to determine if a rent-to-own program is a scam. Question 1. You need to ask whose goals, whose interests are being best served. At RTO Financial, we make sure that our program participants' interests are put first and served above all others' interests, and it's our primary goal and reason why we do what we do, and that is to turn renters into homeowners. Question 2. How long do you have before the option to purchase expires? Can it be extended? Under what circumstances? Question 3. How much money is required? Is any of that money returnable? Under what circumstances? Question 4. How much is the rent? Is that reasonable? Are there extra costs per month, or is there anything annually that you need to be aware of? Question 5. Be aware of property taxes, maintenance costs, any additional funds that may be required per month. Question 6. How does the provider of the rent-to-own build in success for the rent-to-own program participants? For example, is there anything extra included that makes it easier to become a homeowner through the program? Question 7. How much is the property worth today and what is the future purchase price? Is that reasonable? Is there any future price protection? What if the value goes way down? What if the value goes way up? What if you can't get a mortgage in 3 years? Can the rent-to-own be extended? Question 8. Who do you communicate with if there are any questions, issues, or problems? Who do you communicate with for ongoing matters? Question 9. Can you be evicted from the property or in any way lose your spot in the program? What does it mean if you are evicted or discontinued from the program? Is there any grace period to re-enter the program? Any cost, etc.? Under what circumstances? Question 10. Who am I dealing with? Is the business registered? Are they incorporated? Who is the person that I will be communicating with? What is their phone number? What is their contact information, etc.? Question 11. If you are dealing with a property owner, ask if they really are the owner and require to see a registered title for the property. Don't be fooled by someone claiming to be a landlord or a property manager without seeing the paperwork first. So hopefully you now have some questions that you can ask the person or persons or business on the other end. When you are reviewing rent-to-own programs, it's important to become knowledgeable on the subject and to also ask the right questions. I want to thank you for watching this quick video discussing rent-to-own scams. Please check out our other videos as well. I look forward to seeing your submitted online application. Apply today and we'll put you on the fast track to homeownership.